Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hello Word. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me for another exciting episode where we dive deep into the wonderful world of English vocabulary. Today, our word of the day is cross. Now, at an A2 level, when we talk about cross, we primarily mean the symbol, either an X shape or a plus sign plus. It's a very common word, and you've probably seen it countless times. So, what exactly does cross mean as a symbol? Well, it represents an intersection, a meeting point, or sometimes a religious symbol. Think of a cross on a map marking a location, or the Red Cross, an international organization dedicated to helping people in need. Now, let's look at some synonyms, words that have similar meanings. One synonym for cross, when referring to a shape, could be intersection. For example, the roads had a dangerous intersection. Another synonym is mark, as in, the teacher put a mark on the student's paper. Or, we could use the word symbol itself. For example, the symbol on the map showed where to dig. We can also think of representation. An example being, the flag is a representation of the country. Now, let's consider some antonyms for cross, words with opposite meanings, keeping in mind we're focusing on the symbol aspect. One antonym could be parallel. For example, the lines were parallel and never met. Another antonym could be separate, as in, the two paths separate at the fork in the road. Or consider divergent. For instance, the opinions of the group were divergent. Thinking along those lines, we could also suggest unconnected. For example, the two events were unconnected. Now, how do we use the word cross in everyday life? You might say, put a cross next to the correct answer. Or, the ambulance had a red cross on its side. You might also hear someone say, we marked the spot with a cross on the map, especially when planning a hike or treasure hunt. The Red Cross is an important organization which often appears in news stories. Let's look at some more examples of cross in sentences and phrases. The surveyor used a cross to measure the angles. The nurse wore a cross pendant around her neck. He made a cross in the sand with his finger. There's a small cross carved into the old wooden door. The two roads form a cross just outside the town. The doctor put a cross on my chart to indicate an allergy. She put a cross on the calendar to remember the date. The directions said to find the rock with a cross on it. He drew a cross on the paper to show where to sign. Remember, the cross can be a simple shape, but it also carries significant meaning in many contexts. We see crosses in video games often, marking the spot where a character died. Now, to recap, we learned that cross at an A2 level is a symbol, either an X or A+. Synonyms include intersection, mark, symbol, and representation. And antonyms include parallel, separate, divergent, and unconnected. We also explored how cross is used in everyday conversations, from marking answers to identifying organizations. And finally, we looked at examples of cross in sentences and phrases. Thank you so much for joining me on Hello Word today. I hope you found this episode helpful and informative. Before you go, I have a small request. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps others find the show, allowing us to reach more English language learners. And here's your challenge for today. Create your own sentence using the word cross, focusing on its meaning as a symbol. Share your sentence in the comments below the video. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Until next time, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day.